What's up YouTube? I'm back with another mod review and I got a very special one for you today. It is a completely new faction added to the game. It just feels like DLC, so without further ado, I'll show you straight away what it's all about. So with a beautiful day to start a new campaign to conquer the world, I will select what sounds like my fellow Dutchman, Jan van de Kuipers, who is not just unique because he is a mod, but you could also rotate him. Now it looks like we want nothing to do with the elector states, we like ports and trades, and we actually have access to convoys, which Reichland apparently does not like at all. Let's go, and as the loading screen states, the business of Marienburg is business. I couldn't have said it better myself. And so here we are, standing next to the beautiful city of Marienburg, accompanied by Pieter de Groot, who actually has a very unique set of traits, all very handy in aiding his army into, well, whatever it is that we were about to do. And since the business of Marienburg is just business, we will actually get to business, because we have a very important score to settle with, Koos, the Mutant King. And there he is, scouting the battlefield with an untroubled look of pride, standing next to Pieter de Groot and two guys holding up a giant chest. You better bring some gold. But besides that, we have a very nice variant of Empire units, and there is this unique, well, machine that is called the Landship. Apparently it is back. It has 3 different kinds of ammunition, and we will use it to fight our way to victory. Let's go, Jan. And with Koos, the Mutant King, marching the armies of chaos among us, we spread out our units into formation, and with the thunder-like roar of cannonballs from our landship, we chase off these demons of our lands with our landship full of gunfire and an excellent volley hitting straight into the mark right there. Only one man can bring peace back to these infested lands of Marienburg. Frail and old. Okay, maybe not just this one man, but with the last bit of gunfire and arrows flying around, the enemy scattering off, for reinforcements coming down the hill, we still got the job done. Oh, the smell of sweet victory. So with Koos defeated, we get to lay eyes on the first time on how Marienburg plays, and it looks like Van de Kuipers is just meant to be in Marienburg as a garrison. We get to send convoys, so we are all about trade, and it looks like we gotta monopolize Marienburg, and we get to improve rights to establish our influence. So there's a lot of politics going on in our Marienburg campaign over here. And the politics start right away as we get issued a handful of quests that are all about moving characters to specific areas. We need to establish trade with certain factions, or we actually have to be at war. Now let's have a look at that skill point that we just earned, because old and frail Jan van de Kuipers actually has a lot of cool tricks up his sleeves. For example, we can spend gold to harass Reichland with Empire rebels. We can produce resources, and this trade called Goudberg Estate shows once again that Jan is just made to be in the garrison of Marienburg, as all the trades that follow just activate if he actually is there. Then there's also a little bit of trade profit, some buffs. You get the point, go check them out for yourself if you want to see them all. So with his old and frail eyes, Jan takes a look across the wasteland. He sees Marienburg and Armagh are under our control, and to completely control the province again, we need Garcel back under our control. It is time. And it falls upon old Jan to capture the city and reunite the province. And there we go. Just like that, we control the wasteland again. We destroy the chaos gathering. So let's have a look at the new buildings added to Marienburg. Yes. With the brilliant knowledge of Jan, we actually have 3 new unique buildings available: the South Docks, Rikers Isle, and the Temple of Hendrik, which actually adds a legendary lord, but for now we will go with South Dock, as that is the only building we can make. The side docks increase the capacity of cargo we can hold with our caravans. And speaking of which, we will actually max one out right here and send it to Athene, as one of the quests we got is to establish trade with them. So we will discover them by sending a caravan and hopefully get on good terms with them. This all looks like a perfect turn 1 for me. Let's see what the rest of our adventure brings. Just a quick interruption, guys. If you want me to bring more mods to the channel and review them for you, I need your help. Please, if you have any mods you would like to see or that you're using that you want to share, drop them in the comments. I will have a look at all of them and hopefully we'll see them in the next episode of mod reviews. Let's go on with Jan. We arrived at turn 5 and look at the wastelands, nice and peaceful, completely under our control. If we look at the west, however, we got some threat we might to deal with sooner or later. So first we have this fort right here. It is infested with nasty greenskins. And we can't really do anything about it now, as Jan is clearly a garrison army. Speaking of whom, the man of the hour is currently recruiting some Goede Daggers, which is a special anti-infantry unit that we unlocked by constructing the South Docks. Not only is this building mixing up my Dutch with English into an unspeakable word, it also gives us the opportunity to get involved a little bit more in politics. If we cannot fight Reichland with force, we might as well do it the dirty way. So, who are we going to bribe against picking up arms against our good neighbor, Karl Franz? Let's see if our good neighbor, Leon Kerr, has any interest in accepting our funds. I mean, we have seen these two guys carrying a giant treasure chest on the battlefield, and it looks really heavy. So this will save them the walk. And look at that! We just created a little bit of war. Oops. Let's end our turn and quickly forget about a tiny little detail. I mean, politics goes wrong every day, right? What is going on here? It looks like Mundvaart the Cruel is going to have a look at our walls. Let's investigate what is going on here. Mundvaart is a little bit too curious if you ask me. Trespassing the lands that we just cleaned up, and he brought quite the army to do so. We cannot let this treacherous act go by unpunished. We must muster the army. It's time for war! That smell of the dawn of battle. Jan and his army bravely facing the undead right on with a landship on the hill. Fire! Just in time, catching a flanking maneuver from Mundvaart's cavalry. We got the army marching straight forward. We might be a little bit outnumbered, but our bravery will not give in. The reinforcements have arrived. Let's set up a battle formation and go to battle. Of course, it never took long before Jan got the battlefield under control. The flanks are secured. The cavalry has been crushed by the halberdiers. We got the landship firing a volley into zombies. Arrows are flying around, killing the undead. Wait, can you kill undead? And then Peter the Groot has a very excellent idea. Good job, Peter. That was wonderful, mate. The first line is broken and it all falls on the Goede Daggers to save the day with their anti-infantry bonus against these units that don't even seem to have clothes. So they're making short work of them. Arrows flying around, zombies being cut to pieces, and then there's the landship with another volley, launching some of these undeads back into the underworld. The battle is slowly turning in our favor, and I must admit, playing this army feels like a faction of their own, even though it might be a little bit Empire inspired. The new units that are added, the new colors, the new mechanics of Marienburg we have seen so far really makes it feel like it could be a faction, like as it was in the game all along. Now with the battle slowly coming to an end, we must turn to Jan to decide the battle once and for all. Or was there something? Oh yeah, I remember. I forgot about that. In that case, we will send his most trusted hero, Peter the Groot, Manfred, one-on-one. Look at that stab. Units flying back and forward, blood spilling. Manfred falling to the ground, enemies wavering. Jan did it again. Sweet victory. Marienburg, the wasteland, is secured. This man is heroic. The enemy is straight on the run, and there is a small army for Jan to pick off. And it looks like defeating Montfort gives us a very nice trade. Income boosted by 8% with Jan, who is designed to just be in the garrison of Marienburg all game. So this is a very useful piece, and we also gain this follower that we can give to one of our caravans to make more income. Jan has defeated his enemies, and for now, Marienburg is safe. But we cannot put the final nail in the coffin, as the garrison army is a little bit too strong for us, especially with Jan being a garrison leader, so we put him back safely within the walls of Marienburg. Ready to end our turn and lay first contact with a foreigner. And thank God, they're friendly. It's our first trade agreement. We are actually doing this. So we arrive at turn 7, and after a wild trip across the sea, Menno Silverhout has almost reached Lothern, where we meet Tyrion, and we need a trade agreement with him for one of our quests. So we'll give him a little bit of money and make sure that we get the deal done. So as a reward we get this unique follower, but I guess the biggest reward is to, well, as a human, if you ever get across the city of elves, must be life-changing. But get back to business, because the business of Marienburg is just business, and as you can see, business is flowing right here. As we arrive at turn 10 in the still peaceful wasteland, our recruit defeated legendary lords mod gives us Egmont de Neuve. He is a playable legendary lord himself if you download this mod, and he has some affection with siege magic. Unfortunately, I can't really show his talent tree right now, but if you're interested in playing him, his starting position is completely different, and it might make for an excellent playthrough as well. But we have a skill point to spend, so we're going to do something completely else, and instead of taking any of these economic growth or resource systems, we are going for political warfare. So Jan can keep in his garrison, safe and sound in Marienburg, as we mess with the Empire a little bit. This talent unlocks a quest for us to capture that city, and we spawn a rebel army next to it to take it, so we can attack the rebel army and steal a village without having war. Now up in the hills we have Heinrich Kemmler coming up to us, so we might need to muster a little bit more. Luckily we have a tavern, and we can actually recruit some dwarven friends to aid us in battle. And for the rest of this bedtime story, unfortunately I will end the adventures of Jan van de Kuipers right here, but I highly recommend you try it for yourself. So if I had to do a final verdict, I won't put a number on it today, but guys, this mod is really good. It feels really natural, it is very well integrated, it has the story of its own. I played for a long time after I stopped recording for this video, and I had tons of fun with it. It feels like it had to be there for a long time. Okay, you can see that it's a mod in very small details, but you won't regret giving it a shot. So the link is down in the description. Try it out for yourselves. Let me know if you like it or not, and don't forget to drop your mods in the comments as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys.